Hey everyone, so today I want to make a very important video. It's August 31st, which is International Overdose Awareness Day, and drug addiction, overdose is a huge topic for me. I have a lot of views and a lot of opinions on it. It's very close to me. I will admit that thankfully I myself don't and have never struggled with addiction. Luckily, it's just not my journey. I use other bad coping strategies that don't include drugs. But the point is that they're no difference from me or anyone else who struggles for mental health. Generally, that's where drug addiction starts, is a mental health issue. Nobody wakes up and says, hey, I want to be a drug addict. That's not something people want for themselves. It's a coping mechanism for when you have past trauma or thoughts that you want to avoid, experiences that you want to avoid, and generally are just disconnected from yourself and from life and from others. It helps you cope. It helps you get through the day and get on to the next and forget about your problems for a little while. I completely understand why people do it. I completely understand how people fall into it, and I completely understand why people can't get out of it. Largely because of the stigma surrounding it. People don't want to ask for help. They're scared to come forward because they're thought of so negatively, when we really are all the same. Who hasn't struggled with, bad thoughts or bad experiences or things that they want to avoid? Some people have, good strategies to deal with those things, and some people just aren't equipped with it and haven't learned those strategies yet. So they grasp at whatever they can to deal with it. That being drugs. So, first of all, I want to direct everyone to a TED Talks video on YouTube. I personally love TED Talks. There's many, many good ones out there, but this one in particular, I really, really enjoyed, and it really has an excellent message that everyone should hear. It's by Johann, and it's called "Everything You Think You Know About Addiction Is Wrong," and it's the truth. General society's views and beliefs surrounding addiction and how it happens and why it happens are largely false. And I feel that if everybody understood it a little better and understood a little better how people become an addict, then there would be less stigma, there'd be less judgment, there'd be less bad opinions of those people. They're not bad, they're not dirty, they're not awful people, they're just struggling. And part of the reason they're struggling is because they're disconnected from society, they're disconnected from people, they're disconnected from love and acceptance, and it makes things worse. So, I'm going to link the TED Talks video in the description of my video. I think it's an amazing TED Talks to check out on addictions. But his main point is that humans need to bond. We are meant to bond. And ideally, you bond with other humans. But sometimes you're unable to do that. People are unable to do that for all sorts of reasons. And once that happens, they feel disconnected. This is why I use the name Lost Souls Connection, because I feel that your soul becomes disconnected from everything, from self-love, from other people, from society, from everything. And the only way to really, truly recover and get better is to reconnect your soul to others. we need to bond. We need people. We need love. We need company. People are meant to live solitary lives, separated from society. That's not how anybody's meant to live. And that's what happens when people become full-blown addicts. And that's not fair. It's not doing anything to help get rid of the problem. I think that one of the biggest ways to start to change this problem with our society is understanding it, and understanding that empathy goes a long, long way. You never know how you're going to affect that person's day, that homeless man on the street, when you acknowledge him and you treat him like you would any other person. You don't look down on them. If people could do that more, I think that would make huge steps to change the way our society is going. Anyways, I'm getting a little off topic. So, drug addiction is something that I am going to talk a lot about. I make a lot of videos about it. I've had a very, very, very close friend that I've been very close to in his addiction and watching his experiences with it. So it's not my own experience, but I have seen how it affects people's lives and how it destroys someone's being, destroys everything. And they need help, and they need to feel that they can ask for help without being judged negatively and thought of as a bad person. That's not the case. So anyways, this doesn't address most of what I have to say on this subject, but I did just want to make a quick video to acknowledge today being International Overdose Awareness Day, and to put out the message that we need to educate ourselves. People need to learn and understand better where this is coming from. It's a huge, huge problem. The overdose numbers are massive. I know so many, way too many people who have lost loved ones to an overdose. That's horrible. Just like no one should die from suicide, no one should be dying as an addict to anything. And we need to change this. This is a huge problem. So, please check out the TED Talks, and I hope that everyone thinks about the fact that we are all the same. We're all earthlings, we're all beings, all should be connected, and some of these people are just disconnected souls. They need to reconnect to the rest of us, to society, to other people, to get better. And they need to not be judged. Thank you for watching this video, and be well. Thanks.